Alright, next run. What are we on to? That was 1, 2, 3, 4? Oh, is that 4? This is 4. Alright, so this is run 4 of my Gamma Gila guide. Uh, Not so much of a guide as just watching me do random runs, hoping I get something interesting to fight that I can talk about. But I'm going to still call it a guide. Why not? I actually did write a little guide. I should showcase that in this video if I get a chance. Alright. Jumping. What do I get? I should have reloaded my missiles. Don't be a noob like me. Do the right stuff. I can delete that. I'm no longer fighting that room. Alright, room 1. It really, again, drones. Drones. Yay. Okay. Alright, this will be a good chance to just kind of go over my guide. We've gone over this room a few times. Here's some snare casters this time. Ember Lancer, fire drones. Just gonna nuke the bio and not worry about loot in this first room while I talk about kill orders and such. Alright, so I'm going to go over my guide here, get my drone started on something, and I'm going to orbit the destroyed bio cache so I don't accidentally crash into the gate and stop. And I'll go to my mail and sent and go down, start cutting this off, so I'll open up this one, sure. This is my guide that I've been sending to people. Is this cut off? No, it works. Okay. So, basically, I talked about, I just barely started up. I've been playing for a couple months, and I successfully did multiple 100 runs in Tier 4, Tier 5, and then I blew up in a blaze of glory in Tier 6. That was fun. 6 marshals is hard. I'll do it again one day. Alright, so here's the guide. Every room, turn on your modules, approach the gate, pick a few targets, and just start sending. You gotta get your damage out as quick as possible. The faster you start killing the stuff off in the room, the faster you can get through the gate and get to the next room. The more time you can save in each room, the longer you can take when you're fighting Karen while you're learning to get that fight down. If you can, you want to try to loot by using your MTU, popping the cans off to the side. I use the heavy launcher here with a range of 55 kilometers to do all my can popping. And where is my ship going? Bio way up there. That's weird. Cool. Alright, so I'll use the heavy missile launcher for all my can popping, and then we'll go to no here since I'm not fighting Karen this time. So, drop my MTU. The way I choose where to drop my MTU, I try to get it as close to the gate as possible, but if I'm completely nuded out and webbed out, and my afterburner's turned on, and I'm moving at 243... Oh, I should turn on my modules. What? Did I not do that? Oh my gosh, I'm such a noob. Okay, anyways, when you get close to the gate or when you get nuded out, you can just drop it and start orbiting your bio or going out and popping cans from that staging point. You'll have to make sure you budget enough time to get to the gate. Just kind of look at your speed, look at the gate. Roughly, it's twice as many seconds as it is. So that's 18 kilometers away from the bio. It's already open. The drones are dead. Really? Okay. Let's recall my drones. Let's loot this. I don't have to scoop my pack rat because I don't have it on me right now. Let's just start activating that. I'll go through this. But yeah, you drop your MTU somewhere near there. You go pop all the cans. You orbit the gate. Or orbit the MTU while you pull everything in. You loot it. You pick it up and you go back out the gate. That's literally every room except for Karen. And then in Karen rooms, like we saw in the first video, you got to choose your angle. Try to drop your MTU as you pass the gate so you can still leave it close, but you're going to be going past the gate towards Karen, towards the edge of the abyss, so you want to leave it on the other side of the gate, ideally. Alright, when I come back to this, I will go over target priorities. Let's minimize that for right now. Let's see what our next room is. We're leaving here with 1620. Second room is, type it out in chat so I don't forget, more drones. Drones again, yay! Alright, I know the title of this video. Going over my guide, the actual guide, where you're not seeing anything actually happen other than, I don't know, that's kind of annoying. Alright, I gotta make sure to get all of these guys. Oh, I guess I don't need the fog casters if I'm not going to loot, but I do want to deal with the plate forgers so I don't forget about them and then just start spacing off in timeout. I want to hear that gate open so I know when to quit. Alright. That's missiles on everything. Blow up the bio. Drone here. Missiles will eventually get that one, even if I forget. Drones will probably aggro it, though. Orbit the bio. Bring this back up and start talking about it. Alright, so again, we're in a drone room, and these rooms are just boring and AFK, and you don't have to worry about much. You don't take a lot of damage, and your drones will figure out the room for you if you let them. When you get to Edencom rooms, drainers, these are your marshal rooms. You'll see drainers, and you'll see marshals. Those are your two keywords to look for. The battleship icons over here, just look at those. You see lots of battleship icons. Target the marshals, kill the marshals. All marshals have to go out first. They do a ton of damage, and you do not want to tank them any longer than you have to. You kill the drainer ones first, because they're going to nuke your cap. Turn off your Afterburner and your Hardener. And then you're going to kill other marshals, even if there's other drainers on the field, because you're better off just getting their DPS off the field and worrying about your cap and your Hardener later. And then you kill off the other drainers, and then you turn your Hardener back on, your Afterburner back on, and you start killing everything else. The other things that come in these rooms are going to be your Thunderchilds, battleships, and your Stormbringers. They do the chain lightning attack, the kind of nukes everybody in the room. Thunderchilds do high burst damage, I hear, so if you're in an active fit, you might need to be a little more cautious of those. In a passive fit, you just soak it, you're fine. I am taking a surprising amount of damage for AFKing this drone room, just saying. Like, I should check and make sure my drones are killing things. Alright. We're good. Alright, never mind. Alright, so there's your Edencom rooms, and then you have your Trig rooms, and these come in two flavors. They're either Vila Trig rooms or regular Trig rooms. And in regular Trig rooms, you're going to have Kikimoras, stuff with Starving, Vedmax, Damavix. I usually just say you do everything that says Starving first. And, I mean, if there's a couple... Usually when you see lots of Kikis, there's a couple Starving Damavix you have to take out. You'll never really see Kikis and Vedmax together. You're either seeing Starving Vedmax and Starving Damavix, or you're seeing Starving Damavix with Kikimoras. So I guess this needs to be updated a little bit. But the order I kill those is always going to be Starving Vedmax, because they're a heavy newt. They're going to wipe out your newt real quick, or your cap real quick. And then Kikimoras just do a ton of damage. So Vedmax and Kikimoras are your damage dealers, and then Damavix, kill them when you can. As you get to higher tiers, you might have to kill off a couple Damavix as you start the room, because they start to mess with your drones. Alright, so that is Trig rooms, and then Vila rooms, you're going to have the ones with all the little Vila swarmers. Those Vedmax do a lot less damage than a regular Vedmax, so you don't have to be as scared of them, but you still kind of need to target prioritize them. Alright, recall drones, loot this. What did I get? Nothing special. Next room. Alright, we'll see what we get, and then I'll probably actually finish out talking about the guide in this video, even if I have to do it in the station. If this room's anything interesting to talk about, I will pay attention. If I get drones again, which would be just hilarious, perfect timing for talking about my little written out guide that I was giving out before I started doing video content. That guide's old and outdated. I probably should update it a little bit and send it to people. What do we got? Alright. Basically a drone room. This time it has an Overmind. Approach the gate, not the bio, because when you pop the bio, it stops your ship. So, don't do that. Launch your Valk 2s, target Overmind, a drone, a plate forger, snarecaster, all this stuff I don't care about. Alright, send both drones here and then one drone here. And then orbit the bio in this Overmind room, where he is tanking and hitting me like a battleship like Karen, but he just doesn't do as much damage as Karen, so I've always done this room this way. Some people fight Overmind the same way you fight Karen, and chase him out to the abyss. Actually, he's super close. I could probably get an orbit on him. Yeah, I can orbit him. Let's try to orbit him. Just save a little bit of damage, but honestly, just orbiting the bio gives you enough transversal against him that you don't have to... Oh, I'm webbed up. Okay, now I'm not webbed up. Thanks, drones. Read my mind. Wait, no, I'm still webbed. Damn you, web. Is my drone smart enough to kill it for me? No. Alright, I'll just start firing at it. So, I'll just orbit the bio. Yeah, like I said, orbit the bio. It gives you a little bit of transversal. He doesn't hit you 100%. He just hits you like 95 or something. I don't know. Seems like enough. Shields are getting low. Not going to worry about it. That's how I do this room. Alright, so we did trig rooms. So when you see Sancha rooms, you've got Knights and Smiths are the ones that web you, or neutralize you, energy neutralize you. Knights are a lot of damage, kind of like starving Vedmax. Knights are just as bad, but they're always starving you. And Smiths, the other newts, those are just frigates. They die super fast. You don't have to worry too much about them. Alright, and then what else is going on in Sancha rooms? You've got the Furies, I think, are the ones... Wait. Furies web you? I might be wrong. Whenever you're wondering what the name of things are, you can always look down here, but I know Smiths and Knights are your newts. That's the reason I wrote them down. That's the order I kill them. Angel rooms, Cinnamals, and Furies are your newts. You get a lot of drone aggro in Angel rooms, so you kind of have to keep an eye on your drones. The Dramiels and the Sword Spines that are in there are usually picking on your drones and trying to nuke them. Good idea to just use faction drones in Angel rooms. You're not going to take a ton of damage, even when you get neuted out by the Cinnamals, but you still want to get your Hardener and Afterburner back on as quick as you can. Pretty general rule. I am taking a surprising amount of damage against this Overmind. This is not normal. Anyways, I'm fine. Everything's fine. This will be the run I get ganked, and I only have, like, what, 15k hit points to survive it. That'll be fine. Anyways, Angel rooms, not a whole lot to talk about in those either. They're a lot like Sancha rooms with this fit. I've never really had to worry about them. I just killed the Cinnamals. Elite Cinnamals take a lot longer to kill, so you kill the regular Cinnamals first and then Elites. I should actually put that in the notes here. But then you have your Drifter rooms like we saw in this video with your Skylia Tyrannos ones. You've got your Null Charge, your Neutralizers, Entanglement. You have to look at the ship type. If you have it sorted by name and type, under name it'll always say Skylia Tyrannos, and under ship type is where you look at to find out what kind of E-War it's doing against you. It's the only one where you really have to do that. I use the Abyss. This is in the message of the day here under Abyssal Lurkers, Reload, Discord, Starter Fits. It's in here somewhere. Alright, here. Overview. CJ's Caldari Jones June 23 solo. I use that one. Completely changes everything about your UI, so you kind of got to get used to it. And then, so, Overminds. Again, this is how I did this fight. And then, after those target priorities, I just said, shoot the biggest ship. Little ships don't do a lot of damage. Don't even worry about them. They're just flies. Got to take out the big damage dealers off the field and get everything under control. I went down to 36% fighting that. That's funny. Alright, Overmind, again, you can tank him like Karen. You just fly at an angle towards him, get him to the edge of the abyss and orbit him, or try to orbit him. And it gets really difficult in Tier 5, and you pretty much have to face tank him because he has a web in Tier 5. Tier 4, he doesn't have a web, though, so you can get an orbit on him. And then Lashak rooms. I don't have Lashaks on here. Those rooms always look scary, but they just die fast. You just pop them one by one and start with starving. Yep, that's my guide. You use Tech 2 Valks for pretty much everything. You use Faction Valks for Tesseras. Actually, Faction I also use in Angel rooms more lately. I always used Tech 2 when I was first starting. I'd use Tech 2 in every single room except for Tesseras, and it turns out Tesseras are actually the least threatening to your drones once you know what you're doing. Alright, let's loot the bio here. And go to the gate. Let's see, am I at least 50? Yeah, I'll go out with 50. Do I get room 4? The dreaded room 4. 8 chorusers. Let's see it. I want to get blown up. Nope. Alright, Doc. See you on the next video.